Hey, grace and peace, everybody. We're back. There was no thumbnail. There was no title. I'm running in from picking up my precious one from school and just want to talk about real quick. We see that Mr. Charlie Kirk has been shot at the Utah Valley University. So I'm going to just bring this in real quick, man. This is really unfortunate because we are now looking at where we are no longer going to be able to have political discord and have meaningful debate, meaningful conversations amongst people, just civil conversations. Charlie Kirk is known for doing not only for, of course, Turning Point in USA, being a conservative voice, all that kind of good jazz like that. But he likes to do those prove me wrong. So he's at the school doing the prove me wrong, I believe he was. And I'm going to drop this link in here because this is the Mirror outlet, and they're doing like a kind of keeping up with where everything is at this moment. This moment, Turning Point USA has dropped a message about the status of Charlie Kirk. Let's just see real quick what's going on with him. Spokesperson from Turning Point USA, the organization that Charlie Kirk works for, confirmed that he is in the hospital at the current moment. He's in critical condition, of course. Aubrey Elastic says this is an ongoing situation. We can confirm that Charlie Kirk has been shot. He is in the hospital and we are praying for him at this time. So that's the most recent. Let me drop this link in the chat and in the description to this video. And I just wanted to hop on, give a little bit of 2 cents about it, and give you all another place to find information. I thought this was interesting because they're giving like an update pretty much on the regular. So here's some witnesses describe what happened. University spokesman says the suspect fired from a building 200 yards away. The Utah Valley University spokesman has said that the suspect fired from the building about 200 yards away, so about 600 feet away. Ellen Trenor said that the suspect was at the Lucy Center when the shooting happened. The suspect, who is not a student, was taken into custody, reports the New York Times. Shout out to Donald J. Trump, says we must all pray for Charlie Kirk, who has been shot, a great guy from top to bottom. God bless him. Shout out to 47 for sure. But we also need to pray for our civil discourse because we're no longer going to be able to do this. And this is crazy. Thank you so much, Mike from White Label. Oh, man. Okay, well, of course, real quick, let's just go over who Charlie Kirk is. There's another podcaster that just did a video on it. We might jump in and just look at what he did real quick. Charlie Kirk, we know, is a right-wing activist among well known for supporting Donald Trump and the Make America Great Again movement. He made his name for himself online through Turning Point USA, a conservative activist group, and went into university campuses in America where he would debate students. He is a father of 2 children. I didn't know that. Yo, shout out to Charlie. All right, so I'm not going to play this because I don't know what the video looks like, so I'm going to leave this alone, but it is linked down in the description, so please go check it out. Shout out to Basic Black Podcast, brother. Thank you so much for stopping through. This is just a quick jump in. I did not plan on being long. I will be back on later on this evening talking about reading some fun comments about Umar Johnson. But I want to jump over, and we've done this before, an excellent content creator by the name of Yellow Flash. And I'm going to jump in and bring his content in because I think he did an excellent job of kind of breaking down what this is. I do apologize for the language. Yellow Flash's language has not been redeemed. So let me real quick. Let's go.
Well, got some breaking news. This is really, really, really nasty and sick. So Charlie Kirk was doing a prove me wrong debate at Utah Valley University, and he got shot in the neck. There's a close-up picture of him holding it, and it looks bad. I pray that he'll be okay. I don't have a lot of those details yet, But I guarantee you, almost beyond a shadow of a doubt, that the person who shot him, and it's this man right here. This is the suspect. Saying he has the right to remain silent. Can't wait for the details on this nut job to come out, because I can almost guarantee you he is likely an unhinged liberal Democrat. Some of the nastiest, most unhinged people I have ever crossed. And it's funny, they've all got love signs in their yards, and they will be quick to try to hurt you in any way that they can. This is disgusting. But they've been losing the argument for some time. So what are they going to do now that they're losing arguments, losing the country, losing the voters? Well, they're just going to try to kill you, try to take you out. If you're an influential person on the right, they can't take you down with their policies and their political ideas. So they're just going to just attack you and try to end you. And, you're seeing it right here. Absolutely disgusting. A suspect is in custody after political activist Charlie Kirk was believed to have been shot during a speaking appearance at Utah Valley University.
It's crazy.
Oh, he was. I've seen the video, and I played it, and it's awful. I just don't understand why you would do something like that. Just because you don't agree with them? This is going to get worse, sadly, because they're losing every argument. And there's a lot of people that are gaining influence. And what's the first thing that they do? I just talked about this in my recent video. And it was over a video game. These people becoming unhinged just because they don't like that you disagree with them, that a bug from a video game is gay or something. Well, yeah, you don't agree with that. Well, I gotta take you out and put you in Minecraft lava now. School officials said gunshots were fired from the top of the Luce Center on campus, which is approximately 200 yards from where Kirk was speaking. The shooting occurred about 20 minutes into Kirk's speech. His condition is currently unknown. In a social media post, FBI Director Kash Patel said his agency is monitoring the shooting. I saw a post from Tim Pool saying prayers for Charlie. He's always been good to me. What is going on? And sure enough, that video popped in my feed on the next scrolling. Absolutely disgusting. Who does something like this? Here's a video from the New York Post. Apparently, this is something he posted. So this is right before this happened right here. I mean, this is something that a lot of people do. And now, if you want to do something like this, you're going to have security on rooftops. But what have we always seen, especially from these Antifa types? I mean, they literally take bags with rocks in them and attack you. They'll use hammers on you. Look at all those Antifa people. They will attack you in a second. They'll gang up on you in their little black bloc clothing. And if you've got a problem with them, they will literally try to kill you. And you want to know why? You got to be careful if you're someone like Charlie Kirk. I mean, look at this crowd that he has here.
Yeah, right? There's no way to secure that
crowd. That's influence.
There's no way to properly secure that.
They don't have somebody like this. Who do they have? Harry Sisson? Hassan Piker. Look at that. Hassan Piker does this shit too, by the way. There was some guy he didn't like. He doxed him. You know why he doxes people? Because he wants someone to show up at that person's home and try to hurt them. These people are all sadistic, nasty, evil people. And I hope he's okay. I hope he's okay. But awful news. And just be careful out there. Yeah. These people are becoming more and more unhinged, and the media moves to rile them up more and more. Absolutely disgusting. It's very sad. And I hope he's okay. And my prayers and thoughts go out to him and his family.
I'm just going to stop right there. Look at that crowd, man. That's insane, dude. There's no way to properly secure that without it costing multiples more than it does now. That's insane. Gosh, man. That is so sad, man, to see that. Just because we disagree ideologically. And let's keep in mind, a lot of the foolishness that we're seeing, and go back and listen to some of these people on the left, fight, attack. The verbiage that they use is completely out of pocket. And this is what it does. When you go back and listen to Brandon Johnson talk about how he doesn't want the National Guard in Chicago, listen to what he says. He uses terminology and vernacular that would result in what we just saw right here. Prove me wrong. Yeah, this is ridiculous. Shout out to Yellow Flash. Great content creator, really good, smart guy. And I'm going to drop his link in the chat as well. Would love for y'all to go check out what he does over there. And really smart guy. I think it's the end of it, actually. Let me see.
Anyway, let me know what you guys think about all this.
Yeah, it was literally the end of it.
If you would please like, subscribe.
All right, that was the end of it, though. But yo, this is absolutely, unequivocally insane. This is not the America that we know. This is not it. We have got to pray. Because again, we are looking at the breaking down of society where we can no longer have a marketplace of ideas. Can you imagine being in a place where you can't even disagree about something as simple as whether or not, really, this is where we are, where a boy can compete against a girl in a girl-specific sport and you lose your life? No longer talking about losing your job or losing your livelihood. Now we're talking about the fact that you are no longer alive because you disagree with somebody over something that should have been self-evident, that men are made different from women. Like that should not be a controversial thought. But we're saying things now we are now in a world where you can't even disagree with someone over something that, again, was just as basic and as plain as a nose on your face. Now we have to second guess whether or not we speak on it. This is not the America that we intended. All right. Shout out to everybody. Thank y'all so much for jumping in. This was just supposed to be a very quick live stream. I just wanted to at least talk about this because this is very sad. I do want to encourage you all to not only pray for Charlie Kirk and his wife and children and those people that are adversely affected, but pray for this guy that no longer feels that he can have discord, because he is a representative of so many other people that don't feel like they're able to actually put their words together in a coherent, compelling way and cause somebody to change their mind. So they choose violence. And let's just go again. I don't see the right doing this. As much as the rhetoric, as much as you like to say it, I don't see the right doing this. This is the left doing this. Left-leaning people, you have to eat this. You have to have a real, true come to Jesus. And I'm not being figurative. I mean, really come to Jesus about this, because your team is a team that does this. Time upon time upon time upon time. This is your team doing this. You have to have that. You got to eat this. Just like black folk got to eat the bonnets and pajama crowd, you got to actually eat this and say, yeah, we need to have a come to Jesus about the fact that we're not able to discord with one another in a nice and civil manner. That's just reality. All right. But I mean, a lot of the stuff he does, man, is part of the shtick is for the kids to be able to communicate. I mean, now, of course, I'm sure security will be at all these events, but the whole shtick was being able to communicate with each other. That's the part that just is sad, because now you're not going to see these type of good dialogues back and forth. Imagine what's the Jubilee, right? The 20 versus 1. You're going to see them with like security guards on the side or something. That's not the way this is supposed to be. That's not the way this is supposed to be at all. Amethyst Angel says this: are you bold enough to preach Christ fearlessly? You could be shot for that. And you're 100% correct. I mean, we are now in this place. This is ultimately the discussion that we will end up having, whether or not you are recognizing that we could be in a position like they had that speaker's corner in England or London. Don't quote me on that, where all they do is get around and it's just a park where they're there and they debate arguments, and it's very highly anti-Christian. So you could go to a place like that and not leave from that place. Like, that's crazy town. It's crazy work. So shout out to everybody that jumped in. I will be going on live tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard to go over some funny Umar Johnson commentaries that we've been receiving. I did not want this to be a part of that conversation about Umar Johnson because it's going to be fun and kind of lighthearted approach, maybe talk a little bit serious, but we're really just having a good time. But I just want to get this out as well. So thank y'all so much for jumping in. And this is so wild. And it's such a sign of the time that we are no longer able, even something just as simple. I mean, I did that video a couple weeks back about how Generation Z gets in this position where it's called the Gen Z stare, where they kind of look at you and they don't really have an answer to the question that you give. So they just kind of stare at you like you're bothering them. And it's something as simple as that, like you're not able to convey thoughts. And I've talked to my children about it. And we haven't had that here at the house, but I can see instances where it would have popped up. And we talked about it, like, what do y'all do? Like, why do they do that? And they're like, Dad, they just don't know what to say. And they're just offended that you ask them a question. I said, wow, that's craziness. Of course, her friends at school do it all the time. But yeah, this is just it's something as simple as that. Like, I'm not able to convey ideas. And I'm just literally, this is a train of thought. So, don't jump on me, people. And I apologize if I miss anybody saying anything in the chat. We got donations tonight. We will talk about donations tonight. But one of the things that helped me a long time ago, and I got to give credit where credit is due, in the autobiography of Malcolm X, he talks about, he talks about this concept of a man that can't use his words uses a lot of profanity. And there have been bouts in my life where I've used profanity, and sometimes I just use it freely, like just as a punctuation mark. And it's always haunted me. Like, can't I speak better than this? Can't I speak better than this? And by God's grace, he's helped me a lot, significantly. But my point in that is something as simple as being able to convey your thoughts in a way that's meaningful without having to use profanity. Sure, you can express passion, express all of this without cussing. My email is dearwokec@gmail.com. In the chat. There we go. That's me. So this is going to, I don't want to say that this is going to get worse, but I do know that the state of man will continue to get worse. But I don't want to say that we're not going to get to a place where we can be civil again. But I mean, if you just think about it, we had the lawmakers earlier this year, the healthcare CEO, the attacks on Trump. There's been so many of these that have just gone on where you're not able to, and of course, we're not going to talk about school and church events where you disagree with somebody to the point that you choose to use violence rather than be able to argue it out on the stage, argue out the point, argue out your point in a clear and concise manner. And this is really sad to see, because I'm like, I like talking. I like a good discussion. I like that. But I don't think that people realize that we're watching our society slide even further down a hole that he'll never be able to crawl out of apart from Christ. So, yeah, this is going to be a very interesting turn of events, to say the very least. But let me just see real quick, and I'm going to get y'all out of here. I'll see y'all back tonight at 8. Shout out to Basic Black. Thank you so much, brother. Make sure y'all hit that like button, okay? We're at the end of times, but as Peter said, we were at the end of times when Peter wrote it. So we are constantly living in the end times. All right, what do we got? Okay. Charlie was not provoking people. I don't think he was provoking, but sad to say, the whole prove me wrong shtick is provoking if you don't have a way to prove them wrong and you just don't want to make the correction. How many times have you corrected your child and told them to do something, and you've done everything within your means to explain to him or her that what they want to do is not going to happen, and you still have to correct them, and maybe you got to chastise them, maybe you have to punish them, maybe you have to give capital punishment, correction, but you have to give them something to help them understand, like, no, I mean this is not, you can't do this. But at some point, I don't believe that Charlie Kirk is deliberately and intentionally just provoking people to egg them on, because the whole crowd is very Charlie Kirk friendly. Moment, please. Okay, my allergies are getting the best of me. Oh, they're getting the best of me. But thank you so much. I'm not saying that we can, I think even if Charlie Kirk is provoking, he's provoking with words. Why do you have to go to this extreme? There's still not I still don't believe there's a one-to-one comparison. I say, I disagree with you. You shoot me. There's not a one-to-one there. Shout out to, again, thank y'all so much for jumping in. I see it right here. So we got lots of good people. This is interesting. People who don't read often will always struggle with communication. I think that's a very true statement. In the world that we're currently living in, matter of fact, I didn't know anything about it because I was sitting in my car reading a book, and a good friend of mine called me or shot me a text and said, "Are you going live?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I'm sitting in the parking lot at the school. And then I called him and he told me what happened. I wasn't even aware until Chief Executive Secondborn got in the car and confirmed it with me. But yeah, my point is, you don't see anybody sitting around reading a book. Then they're not usually reading. And even if they are on the phone reading, a lot of the time they're multitasking, and reading is not necessarily one of our highest goods right now. There is nothing. Thank you so much. Hood intellectual. I like that. Thank you. All right. Progressives have bastardized our vernacular definitions. Provoke can inspire thought. Poking the bear, although provocative is how libs define it. Yes. Good point, Amethyst Angel. Thank you so much. Peach Skin Patriot, I respect your view. It's just that's your point of view. I say differently. Okay. I feel like I missed something there, but okay. I don't agree with Charlie Kirk much of the time, but certainly deserves to speak freely and not be shot. It's absolutely despicable. Same as it was when Melissa Hortman was deleted. I agree 100%. Yeah, see, this is it. And Manny's right on the money. Some people are just not mature enough to have positive dialogue. I think we can. It's just, I do agree with you that this is now a skill that's being lost. Just like cursive and driving a manual transmission. Being able to have positive dialogue, I think, and peaceful dialogue, even though you disagree with somebody, I think is a lost art. And we have to bring it back for sure. What's Reaper Girl says there, Jay, wit, and everybody have a blessed day. Thank you so much. Oh, Amethyst, thank you so much for the $5 super. Don't view any mainstream media. They don't deserve the counts. We already know they're shady. View, like, and support our conservative creators. Thank you so much. Yeah, I haven't seen anything. I was over at the high school picking up Chief Executive, and I was told about it, so I was listening to it on my way home. But yeah, this is a wild time. Thank you so much for the $5 super. Thank you so much. Mature is the operative word for sure. I mean, the catalyst, I don't see any lie detector there. I don't see a lie. No lie whatsoever. But what does she say? When you support and spew hate, you attract hate. I mean, I'm not you're right. You're right. And the best way to go about it is to continue to push for just dialogue and discussion without being, why do I have to tell you not to be violent? in order for me to disagree with you or for you to disagree with me. The last thing I'm thinking about is put my hands on you because you disagree with me. I'm like, okay, whatever. We don't see eye to eye. That's it. RJ says, I just heard about a few minutes ago before you went live. This is unacceptable. I agree. And we should feel what? I think we should feel concern, T, that we are not allowed to disagree with one another. We're in a place now where we are now saying that it's not acceptable or not appropriate to disagree. I'm not telling you to, go get a Charlie Kirk tattoo or anything of that nature. I'm just saying, like, the dude has the same right to say what he wants to say as you or me or anybody else. And we can disagree with them. But why does my disagreement result in you being violent? That's the part that I think we need to have a come to Jesus about. Literally and figuratively come to Jesus. You got to know your audience. I mean, he was in a very positive audience. It was a very pro, and keep in mind, man, you only need one bad apple. That crowd was very pro. Let me bring it back in real quick. That crowd was pro Charlie Kirk. He was in, for lack of a better term, he was in his home turf. That was not in enemy territory. That was home turf, if you will. So that being the case, I mean, what else? I mean, I don't know what else he could do. What? I'm not starting to understand. Allegedly, he was shook by a group of people that he don't even think exist. I'm not sure what you mean by that, T, but I appreciate it. Thanks so much. Libs don't honor the rules of engagement. Fair fights are equal weapons. This guy brought a gun to a word fight. And I'm not even certain what it was. It sounded like it was just a pep rally. Maybe it was one to prove me wrongs, but still, like, why can't we not just have a conversation and agree to disagree or agree amicably or disagree amicably? Why do we have to turn it into I got to watch my back or watch my front? That's a lap too far. And that's what I think we're missing, and we're going to miss that part. Everything Charlie speaks from the Bible cannot be dialogued between Christians. It's plain and simple. What it says, we don't have to bend the truth for non-Christians in favor of their feelings. Okay. I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm trying to process what you said. But you know what you don't have to worry about, Peach? If I don't understand what you're saying, you don't have to watch your six. You don't have to worry about it. Or if I disagree with you, guess what? You don't have to worry about me coming off the top rope because we can be amicable. I believe I understand exactly what you're saying. It just takes a little second for me. But you're never thinking, like, I'm not 100% certain. I think this whole shtick of, thank you, Manny, of talking to college students has always been to be up amongst them. I think that's been the whole shtick. Now, clearly it won't be like that moving forward. And by God's grace, Charlie Kirk will be spared. But I think the whole thing was to be amongst the people, for them to be able to come up close to you. And it's such like that. I mean, now what are you going to do? Like, have it in a bulletproof glass or whatever like that? I don't know how this works, how they resolve this in a way. Cause I mean, that's a crowd. That's a pretty, and if the dude was 600 feet away, he probably wasn't even in this crowd. So I don't even know if that's even a good resolution. Do they need to start having, long range snipers on buildings now in order to do this? Oh, I got you, Peach Skin Patriot. And I agree with you. I'm saying that the truth hurts non-Christians' feelings. Oh, well, I got you. And as long as the non-believers agree, we don't resort to violence because I disagree with you. There we go. He was a white man. An older white man at that. Let me see real quick. Here it is right here. There's him. That was him. So, I mean, he's an old white dude. I mean, he's definitely got fewer days ahead of him than before. I mean, behind him. And that was him. So, but that was it, y'all good people. I do want to remind you tonight, I have a guest on tonight. We're going to be talking about some fun. Umar Johnson is meant to be fun tonight. And I wanted to not have this unless something happens. And, you know, of course, we probably will talk about that as well. But tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, so about 4 hours, we're just going to read over some of the comments that I've been getting about Umar Johnson and the such like that from people that support him. And I think it's been interesting. So I want to have a conversation. Got a guest coming on. We're going to have a good time laughing and reading some of these comments and discussing why people support him. So I don't know. I don't know if Trump will hold up his picture. Hopefully, I don't know. But he has the right to do that, and it shouldn't be something that's violent. There we go. But everybody, I am going to get out of here. But y'all continue to pray for us. Pray for us. Pray for me. Pray for everybody in the best live chat on the internet. Pray for this guy that did this. Pray for Charlie Kirk and his family and all the Turning Point people as well, because this is now going to have a chilling effect on society. This type of behavior has a chilling effect on society that I don't know we're ready for. I don't think we really want this. We don't want this at all. So everybody, I'm going to get out of here. Have a blessed rest of the day. I'll see you in about a few hours, okay? Until then, grace and peace.